Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? We're back. We're back, and I have a very special guest with me here today. And you guys know the drill. You guys know what we do. Every week, I come on live and I bring an entrepreneur and I sit them on the hot seat. And we take them back to their youth when they were facing their biggest struggles, their biggest challenges. And we talk about how they overcame them to become the successful entrepreneurs that they are today. Okay, and I have a very special guest with me today. I'm super excited to have Sohaila Zyba. How are you, Sohaila?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for being here. This is so cool.
Oh, I'm excited to have you, and I'm excited because you have a very unique and interesting story. So I know what you do, and I'm really excited to have everyone know it is what you do, but I want to go back a little bit into your past and talk a little bit about your journey, because I know that the person that you are today has been a work in progress, and I want you to tell everybody, yes, how it started.
Sure. Well, I wasn't always so outspoken and outdoorsy like I am now. I was a very shy girl growing up. In fact, yeah, I was literally my mommy's baby. I started belly dancing at the age of 12 years old. And so that's actually when the magic happened for me. And I started going to class with my mom, and I just flew away. I remember picking up this veil in class, and I just flew away. I started twirling with it, and how the music got inside my soul and the music, I couldn't explain it. And again, never thought in my wildest dreams that I was going to be a belly dance millionaire entrepreneur expert.
Right.
I actually wanted to be a cop all my life, believe it or not.
You're kidding. Oh my God, that's so interesting. I kind of wanted to be a cop too. I'm very investigative. I love investigating and clues and mystery. I just love it. I love it. In another life.
Right. Well, ever since I was in the 8th grade, I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to protect and serve. And in my college years, I began being a sheriff explorer to explore the field of being a sheriff, and really getting into that realm. And I was actually putting myself through college by belly dancing and getting money to pay my tuition and books and everything. And again, never thought in my wildest dreams that that was going to be my career. After all, I wanted to be a cop.
Right.
Well, the thing is, the big day arrived. I actually went to take the exam to be a full-fledged sheriff. And I went down to San Diego, to the Port of San Diego. And 2 hours later, I came home and my mom said, well, so how did it go? And I said, I don't know. I couldn't find the building.
Oh my God, no way.
And she said, what do you mean? It's pink. Who cannot see a pink building? I couldn't find it. It was so crazy. And so I believe fate stepped in. A week later, the owner of a well-known restaurant in Mexico City called me saying, hey, we heard about you. You're an awesome dancer. We want you to be our first dancer in our restaurant that we're opening up. And I said, oh my God, really? Okay. And at this time, I'm 18 years old now. And so I decided, I said, okay, let's go. And so I pioneered belly dancing to Mexico City in 1984. I was the first dancer down there.
Wow. Yeah. How was that experience? Wow.
Oh my goodness. It was wonderful. I had the best experience. And that's the thing too with dancers. Not every dancer has a great experience, following their footsteps. I had a great experience. And I look back now and I look at the good and the bad experiences that I have. They're all experiences that made me who I am today. And so after going there, I stayed down there for about 9 months. I came back and started working in the United States more in Biblos restaurant in LA. Then I went back down again in Mexico City. So all in all, about 10 years worth, I went down to Mexico City to dance. And in 1989 was my first opportunity to go to Egypt to dance. And I did. Yeah. And then I kept going back ever since. In 93, I was in, 1990, I was in Egypt dancing for three years. And then I moved over to Greece, and that became my hub, dancing all over the Middle East. So I was there for 5 years. I was dancing on the original Love Boat.
Oh my God, you're kidding. I love the Love Boats.
I know the boat. Yeah, I keep telling people Captain Steubing wasn't there, but but it was so much fun.
The plane.
Meeting some amazing people. But I was in the Greek islands every week. I was in Rhodos and Mykonos and Santorini. It's like, oh my God, could this be better than ever?
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, go ahead.
It was. But you know what? One day I was actually jogging on the ship, and this was the epiphany moment right here. I was jogging, and all of a sudden it's just like I started thinking, God, is this all there is in my life for my life? And all of a sudden, literally a wind blew me and stopped me in my tracks. It's like the cosmic reaction came to me. God came to me and stopped me. He says, are you kidding me? Look at where you are. People would dream to be where you are right now, what you've done in your life so far, right? And that's when I experienced this epiphany. It's like I'm looking all around me, seeing beauty all around me. I'm smelling the sensations of success that I've already had. I'm feeling the exotic pleasures that I've always had. And that's when my Sensual Woman program, which we could talk about later, but that's when it all started right there.
But okay, so you're saying something that's really, really interesting, particularly to me, because I understand the feelings. Sometimes we have everything.
Yes.
Yet there's something missing.
Yes.
Because you asked yourself the question, so what was going on in your head, Sohaila? What was going on in your life besides the external? What was going on the inside?
Well, I saw that everything was great for me. I was in the best place that anybody could ever dream about, right? But still something was missing inside. I just felt incomplete still because everything I've done, it happened, and it happened such an early age. I mean, who could say at 18 I started dancing international? I mean, and then in 1989 my dream came true, dancing in Egypt. It's like, oh my God, I mean, that was my dream, right? And I got it at such an early age. So everything that I was doing after that, I didn't really take it all in. That's why I was thinking that something was missing. And then I started feeling invisible again, not knowing that, well, what is missing? But the thing is, I had it all along here. I just had to bring out that mindset and bring out that confidence back and start feeling and being invincible again. That was that bottom line. That did it.
What do you think made you lose your confidence? Was it the relationships that you were in? What was going on externally that was giving you that self-doubt, that lack of confidence? How were your relationships? What was going on in the world that was making you feel that way?
Okay, so you're touching on a sore subject, because this is actually what I talk about too when I do speaking engagements. Back when in the 80s, in the late 80s, 87, I was working in Houston, Texas. And then the boyfriend came, right? Thinking that, oh my God, my knight in shining armor, thinking. But that was the start of me feeling invisible right then and there in the 80s, because I thought I had it all with this person that treated me like a princess then. And then the shakiness of, oh my God, if I say this, he's going to start getting mad for what? I do not know, right? And then I started seeing the real him coming out. And at that point in time, when you're used to being with somebody, you never think that you could be in such a relationship, a chaotic relationship or an abusive relationship, right? And I remember on my birthday, I felt the pain. And I see the blood on the walls, and I just noticed, I felt my nose, and he broke my nose. He punched me. And that was the start of feeling invisible right there. So yeah, it's how things like this bring you down. This is actually the second time I've ever talked about it right now, live like this.
Thank you so much for that. I know it's something that's very personal, but I want to touch on it because, so many young kids struggle with this, with their identity, with feeling lost, with feeling invisible. And I want them to understand that it has nothing to do with them personally. Sometimes we think, well, I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't have this in my life. But I wanted to hear from someone who had it all going on, who is beautiful, and who still faces the same challenges that we all face. And part of life is that we all want to be accepted.
Exactly.
We all want to be loved. We all want to belong. And sometimes we'll do things that go against who we are. We cross our own boundaries in order to attain it.
Yes.
Do you remember how you even got there?
Well, that's what happened. I mean, this was even before I was working in the Middle East, mind you. So in 87, I was still working in the United States. And again, being a full-time belly dancer now, I mean, I was dancing the most prestigious restaurants and nightclubs, and, having this boyfriend that was treating me like a princess, but then he wasn't. And then you get this, on your birthday, you get this bloody nose that just, you lose yourself instantly and you don't know what to do. And thank God I had the guts that morning, the morning after, to literally run. And that's what happened. And I believe the moment was when my mom called me to wish me a happy birthday. And just by my shaky voice, she knew something happened. And when he took the phone from me and hung up that phone, and he said, "You will never talk to your mom again." That's when I got my superpowers back right there. That's when I began being invincible, saying, nobody tells me, because my mom is everything to me. And that's what, something literally just got into me and had me jump out of bed, put clothes on, and literally ran out of that room. And I ran and ran until I ran and sat in front of a 7-Eleven. And thank God to this day, a police car was coming by and stopped and asked me if I needed help. I said, yes, I need to get my things out of his apartment. And that was the day that I even though I felt still invisible, but I got the superpowers to do it, right? And it took me a good year to get back to me, I tell you. And dancing brought me back, thank goodness. And it took me a long time to get over it. But the thing is, it's that cliche, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Oh, you bet it does. It really does. And so my strength came from that one thing that somebody said to me, and I couldn't let that go, and that's what brought me back out. And so I went with gusto, and I began feeling like me again, and started really getting into me and my business. And it's a mindset. You got to grow your mindset to keep moving forward. And with that said, I just started moving and getting back to me again, happy. And I started traveling again. And that's what made me flourish again.
Yeah. And I want people to understand it's a process, like you said. Sometimes we think that, we're depressed. And now because we're thinking happy thoughts, we're supposed to be happy. And it doesn't work like that. Our bodies are computers. What you get in is what you're going to put out. So it needs time to process. It's like when you plant a seed, it's going to take a little while to grow. So what was your process like? What did you do once you were in that situation so that you would never get back in that situation again? What did you start doing personally to change your life?
Well, I accepted the fact that things do happen in your life, and you can't be perfect in all your life at any given time. And so there were days when I wake up feeling like, oh my God, I can't go on. But the thing is, I actually accepted that. I said, it's okay. It's okay to feel this way, right? We're not robots. And so you just let yourself go and say that it's okay. And then you're going to allow yourself to move forward. Okay, well, you know what? Let's have some coffee. Let's go in the office. Let's see what happens today. And it's okay if we don't get something done. But you know what? I love setting goals. In fact, I actually write my goals down every day. Right, as soon as I get in my office, I'll write things down, and then I go down the list. And I say, okay, well, this is a priority. Yes, I need to get that down. Let's do that now, and do it. And so that's where I stay focused. So when my mindset does say, oh, I don't feel like getting up today, it's like, look at all the opportunities that we could do today. It's not like I have to do them. I want to do them, right? So that's one of the things that I want to tell people, that you could keep moving forward no matter what, and keep that mindset going.
Yeah. And so did you?
So you're breaking up on your side. I'm still here. I don't know if you could see me or not. But I'm going to keep talking. I know you're frozen right there, but so that's how I kept going. I kept moving forward no matter what. And yeah, and so just know that you're not alone. I mean, we all go through this, but in order to succeed in your life and become a successful entrepreneur, you have to keep that mindset going and staying optimistic. Keep the negative away, and keep those negative people away too, and always stay with successful people around you, and be around successful people that want more, truly want more.
Would you say that that was a big part of it? Because you know the saying, you are the sum of the 6 people you hang around with. And that is 100% true. So yeah. Do you think that that was maybe part of it? When you started changing your environment, your life started changing as well?
Not just that, I chose to sit on my computer and take action and do the things that I need to be responsible for. Nobody's going to do it by myself. If you want success, bottom line is you make your success. That is the bottom line. Nobody's going to make success for you.
I'm so glad you said that, because I'm not going to say the name, but this guy who's very popular on YouTube has a YouTube channel, and he made a documentary against personal development. And I found it very intriguing, because his whole thing was that he would take a personal development class, right? And he would feel so high, right? And so then he would go to the next class and he would feel so high, and then he would go to the next one, and he did this for a year, and then he fell down. And I'm like, well, I could have told you that. Exactly. When did you take action? I mean, you have a course, I have a course, and I tell the same thing to each student. I could give you all the information in the world, but if you don't apply it, it's like 80% of the people who start a course don't finish it and do nothing about it.
Right. Exactly. It's true. And you know that you want to give as much value as possible, but again, in the realm of things, you need to make it happen for you. Exactly. Yeah. You need to apply what you've learned in courses and programs. Nobody's going to do it for you but you.
Yeah, no one is going to do it for you. And I want to talk a little bit more about relationships. Mm-hmm. So once you started this process and you decided to take action, did you see a change in your relationships, in your personal relationship, in your love life?
I did, because first of all, I had the strength to be in relationships, and I don't want to say selfish, but yeah, I'm going to say selfish, because I know what I want in a relationship, and I'm very strong-willed. And sometimes, most of the time when I meet people, they start getting intimidated. First of all, I'm a dancer. And of course, I was a dancer 24/7 at that time too, not as much now, but they see me as intimidating and a little bit more above them. And I don't want to have a relationship where they're feeling that. I want to be equal to somebody. So yeah, I've been through different relationships, and unfortunately, not all of them were good. I've had the one that that went out on me, and it was tough again, but you just persevere. And again, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
100%. But I just want to touch up on what you said, because I've been called selfish too. And I feel like I'm a very generous person. I'm 100% giving, but I am selfish in one thing. For example, if something is not right for me, if a relationship is not right, and this is something that I didn't do before, this is something that I do now, I'm going to put myself first.
Of course.
But the Buddhists say, and notice even in airplanes, they don't say, Mom, put the mask on your kid. they say put it on yourself, because if you can't help yourself, if you can't love yourself, if you can't put yourself first, then you know what? I'm not doing you a service, because I'm not going to be able to love you right either. There's a difference between that and other type of selfishness. I'm putting myself first, and I think that that's what you also were trying to say. You're putting yourself first and saying, you know what? You want me to do this, but that's not good for me as a person.
Right.
And then people are like, well, you're selfish. Is it really selfish though? You want me to do something that goes against my standards as a person, my values as a person. So, you know, that's where the fine line is between selfishness. Like, for example, if I had to do something for a family member, I will go all out. I will do it. I will do anything. I'm not selfish at all, but I am going to be selfish with my time.
Exactly.
If I don't want to go somewhere, if something is not aligned with what my life purpose is, then I'm not going to be a part of it. Is that what you mean by selfish? Because to me, that's not selfish.
Exactly. In fact, I was in a relationship once, and the guy wanted kids. And I said, I don't want kids. I don't see my life with kids at all. He says, that's being so selfish. I said, selfish? It's my body. I don't want children. That's not selfish at all. And I just laughed at the fact that he had the nerve to even say that. Right? It's like, you know what? You go to have a baby then. If you want to go out or go, you know, go to it, go find that person, because it's not me.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, the nerve of somebody even saying that because you're selfish, because you're taking care of you, what you want first. That's not selfish. Oh my goodness.
No, and that's why I wanted to make it like really clear.
Yes.
Because I feel like parents do that to kids a lot. Like, you should be a doctor because our entire family is a doctor. And the kid is like, well, I want to do this. How selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and this comes down family lines. And it's like, there's a difference between selfishness and a difference between loving yourself, knowing what you want, and putting yourself first. And I want to make that very clear, because you look like the type of person to me that would do things for the people that you love.
Definitely, definitely, wholeheartedly, anytime. If they ask something, I will do it. But I always have to remember too that if it can't go against what I believe in as well. So if somebody does ask me something, it's like, you know, I don't have time. I have to work on this, or I have a Zoom meeting that I can't reschedule. Things like that, of course, right? But you know, nothing, it's not selfish. You have to do what you have to do first to make you feel good first before anything. It's like that, you know, that mask, put that mask on yourself. And until you feel good, then you could start helping other people.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's why I wanted to make it very clear for anyone young that's listening. That's not selfish.
Yeah.
Loving yourself and putting yourself first is the most important. Knowing what you want, like she says, I write things down too. I really believe that journaling is huge. Write things down. Write what you want. You know, write what you want in a partner. Write what you want in a friendship. Write what you want out of life. Write goals, but always stick to what it is that you wanted, that you know, and that you believe in, and don't let other people influence you.
Exactly.
You know, into doing things that you don't want to do, or that aren't a part of what you want to be a part of. You know, if it's not a part of your life. And the reason why I say it is because when you're so young, you want to be accepted, you want to belong, you want to be a part of something, you know? And so it's a struggle, you know, it's a struggle. And so how did you find your way in relationships? Because I know you're in a very good relationship now.
Oh my goodness, it's the best relationship ever. Oh my God. So there were close times, there were close calls that I was going to get married, but I knew it wasn't right for me until I found the right one. And I didn't get married until I was 49 years old, believe it or not. So and I've traveled the world dancing. I've met so many people and had quite a few boyfriends, I'm going to say. But you know what? That's okay, because it was great experiences, you know, the good and the bad, unfortunately. But you can't understand how good it is until you have that bad too, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm in a great relationship. I love my husband. And you know how I know it's the right person? When you don't have to keep calling him, how are you? Where are you? You know, how long are you going to be? It's like, Oh my gosh, it feels like a breath of fresh air that I know he's going to be home tonight. I don't have to call him. Where are you? I'm worried about you. No, he's going to be home, right? We wake up in the morning laughing, and that's the bottom line too. It's like you have to keep having fun in your life. You really do. And we wake up. He's just a jokester. He loves coming up with things, and I laugh every morning when I wake up. It's like, wow, this is so amazing.
Right. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. And no jealousy, you know, I mean, it is a breath of fresh air knowing that you don't need to be jealous. You know that he's not going to do anything. He knows I'm never going to do anything because we've been there in both situations. He had a divorce, you know, she committed adultery. I too have had boyfriends that did the same thing, that went out on me. So why would I do that to somebody else and hurt them like that? You know, so he's learned, I've learned. So yeah, you learn.
Yes, you do learn. You do learn. And also, like you said, life experiences and working on yourself.
Exactly.
I'm sure that because you have worked on yourself, and I'm sure that now you know yourself as a person, you were able to attract a different kind of person.
Right, right. And I want people to know that every day you're still working on yourself. It's never finished. So I believe until the day you die, that's when you're finished and you move on, you know, whatever you believe in. But you're always learning about yourself every single day. Oh my goodness.
It's true. And I'm glad you said that too, because it's like people think that, you know, they did a course and that's it. And it's like, wait a second, don't you have to eat every day?
Yeah.
Don't you have to get up and do the same things every day? And if you work out, I don't care what body you have, the minute you stop, what's going to happen?
Oh, you get those aches and pains. I know.
Exactly. And you lose the muscle and that's it. So it's like everything that is worth anything in life takes a little bit of work. It takes consistency. It takes putting effort into it. Absolutely does.
And you always have to remember, if you really want something, you'll make it happen. That's the bottom line. If you really want the success that you want in your life, you will make it happen. You will find a way to make it happen.
Yes, that is so true. I see that with relationships. I see that with work. There are people that, you know, when I do the marketing, they're like, well, I don't have the money. And I think, you know what? I've worked with people who are actually on disability and who are actually on food stamps. So it goes back to what you said, you will make it happen. It's just like that relationship. If you have a person that is giving you excuses, that is doing, you know what, if you really wanted, you would make it happen. I really believe that when you want something, because you know what, we live in a world that is based on the law of attraction. So, you know, we make things happen by our thoughts, by our actions. We create our own reality.
Right. In fact, I just had a Zoom meeting with a potential client earlier, and she was, you know, I was telling her about my program, and she says, well, you know, I really can't afford it. I said, I understand. You know, I'm not a pusher. And she said, you know what, I really want this. This is so for me. And I said, well, you know what, we can make payments. If you really want it, you'll know if you want it. And I'm not a pusher. I'm not going to say, hey, do it now. I told her, she says, I'm going to meditate. I said, you go and do that. Right. Yeah, because I'm not a pusher. If I want the people in my programs that really want success, that really want to move forward, I don't want to have to push anybody to do something. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, because what happens is when you do that type of sales approach, when you push someone, then you might get someone who's going to be a little intimidated and who's going to take it. But then you're not going to get those results that you want out of that person. They're not going to get out of it. And so you're not going to get that reward that you want when you have someone doing something, like the reward of them actually accomplishing the whole goal, because that's what we created it for, so that they could have that success. So I'm not one of those like make a quick sale for $100. Exactly. I think that as entrepreneurs, we should always look at the long run. We should always look at the big picture. Like, do I want to make that money this month? Or am I thinking of my year? Am I thinking of the results that this person's going to have and then what they're going to tell the next person? Right. You know, what I'm going to get out of this experience if I make it a good one. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I have so many testimonials about my program that, it says it all. And that's why I tell people, I say, you know what, go to this page, watch my testimonials, see for yourself what these women are getting from my program.
So how did you go from dancer to coach?
Well, I've always been, because I've been teaching for a very long time. I teach belly dancers, I teach professional dancers, I teach just women that want to get out there and feel great about their bodies. So in essence, I've been coaching pretty much, since 18 years old, pretty much, right? So it's nothing new. Yeah. Right. This is just a new realm, because now I'm helping women entrepreneurs stop being invisible in their careers and start becoming invincible again, like they used to be. And so I do that in a more different way. So it's more of with movement, mindset, and integrate it in a whole new way than they've ever done before. That's the thing. So I actually correlate the senses, our 5 senses, interplay with ancient belly dance movements. Now you have your entrepreneurship, your business, and now we do a successful program for you to make success happen in your life, in business and life.
No, I like the technique. It's very different, but I think that it works because we're energy beings and we need to be in motion. Just like, if you have a water and you have a stream and it has nowhere to go, it gets stagnant. As human beings, we're the same, and we function better when we're active. And that's why it saddens me that they've taken physical education out of the school system too, because movement, right? I feel like movement is something that we need as human beings. We feel so much better, and it does something to the brain.
Yeah.
And when you incorporate physical activity, creativity, which is what dance creates, because we need that creativeness. We need to spark that innovation. Like, this is what saddens me, because what are we creating? What system are we creating? I mean, we live in a world where everything that we see was once someone's idea. But in order to have ideas, you need to have a creative spirit, and you need to have a creative environment.
Right, exactly.
That's what I love about entrepreneurship, because all of the system has taken all of these things out. Now we have so many entrepreneurs that are creating new systems out there so that we could, make changes that we actually want to see. Like, we expect, like, it's hilarious. We expect the government to fix this problem. We expect the medical system to fix this problem. No, we're going to have to take the initiative and do it on ourselves. Do you want to have good health? Watch what you eat. Exercise. Drink a lot of water. Associate with positive people. Feed your mind. And take action. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want everyone else to, and we put our hope on all these things. We want them to fix our problems, but it's not working. And that's what I love about entrepreneurship. Absolutely.
And I'm getting back to that about being creative, and all the school environment is just taking everything out. We were just talking about that, discussing that, Angel and I, this morning, and his son doesn't know how to drive. And it's like, gosh, way back when I was in school, we had typing, we had home economics, we had driving school in there, we had, the dance, we had the singing, and took all of that out. I'm a professor at a college, Palomar College, as a matter of fact, and they took my dance class out due to low enrollment. Even if I had 19 people in there, it wasn't 20. They cut me out. And I was in a world dance program too. Thank goodness I'm still a sub there, but it's like taking my dance class that was in a program, a world dance program, the #1 in the nation. It's like, it's unbelievable. They want to kill all that creativeness from our life. That's the problem.
Right.
It's sad.
And I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but they do want to create a nation of workers, because let's be real, who's going to pick up their shit? I mean, really, who's going to do all the work that they don't want to do? They don't want us all to say, you know what, I want to start my own business. You know what, I want to be an artist. I want to be a singer. I want to be a dancer. I want to start this. I want to do that, because then what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But you know what? They can't stop it from happening. Because
Exactly.
people like us, we're not
And we're going strong. Exactly. Exactly.
stop. I feel like I always say it. I say it all the time. I feel like entrepreneurs are the superheroes of this decade.
It's true. It's
We're
very
going
true.
to save the world by the stuff that we do.
Wonder Woman. There, I have my Wonder Woman cap on.
There you go. There you go. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Gotta bring out your powers. Yep.
Well, thanks. You know, I really enjoyed this talk, Sohaila. Thanks so much for coming on. And I hope that, you know, it helps for people to understand, and especially for youth, that, you know, sometimes we do feel invisible, and sometimes we lose our way, and sometimes because
On your end, yeah, you're actually frozen. But you were talking about that they lose their way. And so it's true. I mean, I started dancing at the age of 12 when I was young. And my mom always wanted to be a dancer herself. So I'm dancing in her, through her eyes, which is cool. So yeah, just for young adults, just keep moving forward, be around optimistic people, and get mentorship. I actually mentor a 13-year-old every Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. We get on a Zoom call now. We used to you know, be in person, but now, and it's great because I see the changes in her, and she wants to be a leader.
Yeah.
It's
No,
really,
I think mentoring, everyone should have either a mentor or do some coaching, and it's for a simple reason. You know, if you can have someone that can help you, and someone who's been through what you are going through and can give you the advice, and so that you don't have to go and make the same mistakes.
right.
It saves you time, it saves you money, and more than anything, it saves you heartache and energy.
Very
You
true.
know, energy that you could be using or for more productive things, and or actually just for yourself to be able to feel better. You know,
Correct.
absolutely,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being here, Sohaila. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed our chat, and we got to do it again.
Well, let's do it again for sure, definitely. Maybe
And
I
guys,
belly dance.
oh my God, that would be awesome. We got to do that next time. Next time we're going to come on and we're going to do a little belly dancing thing. That's going to be so much fun. By the way, I saw you dancing at the concert. That looked like so much fun. Oh my God. Rob, oh my God, Smokey Robin?
Oh, Smokey Robinson. Yeah, he got me up. Oh God,
That
it was
awesome.
so much fun.
Awesome. That was so much fun. Awesome. We definitely have to hang out. We definitely have to hang out.
Definitely. If I get to Florida, or if you get over here, then San Diego, yeah.
Yes. When all this is done. When all this is done. Hopefully very soon.
I'd love to come to Florida because I want to go and meet Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone. I want to go and meet with them.
Oh my God, we'll go together. I'm dying to meet them. I love him.
Let's do it. Let's do it together.
I love it. All right, guys. Thanks. Yeah, thank you so much for watching us. And blah. And we will see you next time when we bring our next entrepreneur and put them on the hot seat. Till then, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for supporting and for watching us. Actually, I wasn't even paying attention, but we even had Mel, who, hey, hi, everybody who's been watching. Thank you so much for supporting us. We love you, and we hope to see you really soon. Have a beautiful day, and thanks so much, Sohaila.
You're welcome. And you know, I totally forgot you were going live on Facebook. I would have shared it on my post, but I'll go back and share it. So
awesome. All right, guys, you guys have a legendary day.
Bye, guys.
Talk soon. Bye, everybody.